What if the biggest clue in Theo's murder investigation comes not from new evidence, but from someone suddenly changing the way they behave? Tonight's hour-long Coronation Street brings several secrets dangerously close to the surface. Lisa attempts to restart the stalled murder investigation, Kit refuses to completely step away from the case, and Todd's unusual reaction may give the police a new reason to become suspicious. Elsewhere, Christina finally admits the truth about her financial deception, while Cassie finds herself threatened by a man from Tyrone's past. The investigation into Theo's death takes another frustrating turn when Kit is removed from the case by his superiors. He is instructed to focus on other police work, leaving Lisa to continue alongside McLaughlin. For Kit, however, walking away is easier said than done. He has already invested too much attention in the investigation, and he clearly believes there are still unanswered questions surrounding Gary. His interest grows when Maria complains about Gary's dishonesty. Maria may simply be expressing her frustration, but her words could carry more weight than she realizes. Kit is already looking for a reason to continue investigating Gary, and hearing Maria describe him as a liar could strengthen his belief that Gary is concealing something important. This also reveals an interesting side of Kit's personality. Being removed from the case does not seem to reduce his determination. Instead, it may encourage him to pursue his suspicions less formally. That persistence could help uncover the truth, but it could also lead him into trouble if he ignores the instructions of his bosses. Meanwhile, Lisa tries to inject fresh energy into the investigation by revisiting Gary's alibi. She questions Maria again, hoping that a second examination of the story may expose inconsistencies that were previously overlooked. Lisa then speaks to Todd and admits that the investigation has reached a dead end. What catches her attention is Todd's surprisingly calm response. Earlier, Todd appeared desperate for Theo's killer to be found, yet he now seems strangely unaffected by the lack of progress. Viewers already know why Todd has changed. He is protecting Sarah, and that responsibility has placed him in an increasingly difficult emotional position. His reaction is not necessarily proof of guilt, but sudden changes in behavior are exactly the kind of detail experienced investigators notice. Todd is trying to appear normal, but the effort to hide what he knows may ultimately make him look more suspicious. Lisa's confusion suggests that she has already registered the difference, and she may begin watching him more closely. Away from the murder case, Hope and Ruby arrange an unexpected meeting between Tyrone and his biological father, Ross, after finding him through a DNA website. Tyrone is not grateful for the surprise. After living without his father for so long, he sees no reason to suddenly welcome him into his life. Ross does not respond well to Tyrone's rejection. Instead of respecting his decision, he turns his attention to Cassie and uses her recent drunken behavior at the hotel as leverage. He demands that she persuade Tyrone to reconsider, threatening to reveal what happened if she refuses. This leaves Cassie trapped between protecting herself and respecting Tyrone's wishes. Ross's behavior also raises immediate concerns about his motives. Rather than attempting to build trust with his son, he uses manipulation and intimidation to force his way into the family. Christina is also forced to face the consequences of her actions when George discovers her secretly meeting her former husband, Lenny. At first, the situation appears as though Christina may be hiding an affair, but the truth is financial rather than romantic. Christina fraudulently opened a credit card in Lenny's name. Even worse, she admits that she previously did the same, using Mary and Glenda's identities. She explains her actions by revealing that she has a serious problem with compulsive spending. Her confession may explain the reason behind her behavior, but it does not erase the damage. George now has to decide whether he can support Christina while still holding her accountable for betraying the trust of several people close to them. Finally, Adam is pulled into the dispute over the mould in Abi's flat. Abi and Sally want him to help them take legal action against Idris, particularly because the unsafe conditions affected young Alfie. Adam may sympathize with Abi, but the situation is complicated by Idris being Alia's cousin. Taking the case could create tension between Adam's professional responsibilities and his personal connections. Looking ahead, Lisa's growing suspicion of Todd could become the breakthrough the murder investigation desperately needs. Todd may attempt to protect Sarah for longer, but his emotional change has already attracted attention. Kit is also unlikely to abandon his suspicions about Gary, especially after Maria's comments. Ross's blackmail could push Cassie into making a serious mistake, while Christina's confession may cause lasting damage even if George decides to support her. As for Adam, his decision over the mould case could divide several Weatherfield residents. Will Todd's behavior lead Lisa closer to the truth? Can Kit investigate Gary without putting his career at risk? And will George forgive Christina after discovering the full scale of her deception? Subscribe for more Coronation Street spoilers, predictions, and updates.